VA Wednesday. Today we're going to talk about refinancing a VA mortgage. So first question, do I do refinances? Yeah, of course I do refinances, but I do refinances when they make sense. That's right. If you are a veteran, you guys get so much junk mail, you get so many calls. People are trying to get you to refinance when it makes absolutely no sense. And the way they do that is they cash out refi. Okay, here's why. With a VA interest rate reduction loan, that is a loan that just lowers the rate. You can't get any cash out. There are rules. Yep, there's rules around that one where it has to actually make sense for you. You have to be able to recoup the costs to do that refinance within 3 years. Cash out refis don't have that rule. That's why you'll get these scammy things in the mail where it's like, we can get your rate to XYZ and you can get $600. And you're like, oh, cool. Well, they're doing a VA cash out refi so that they don't have to pay attention to these rules. They're lowering your rate by charging you a fortune in discount points. These rules aren't playing and they can totally rip you off, basically. I mean, that's what it is. It's ripping you off. Anytime you guys get marketing that says, skip 2 payments, throw it in the trash. They're being deceptive and it's bullshit. A lender is always going to be making interest off of you. Always. Every single day, you own that house, they're collecting money. You are skipping nothing. They are not paying anything for you as a favor. They're rolling it into the loan, okay? So we're gonna throw it away if we see that. What else are we gonna throw away? Any mail that looks like it's from the government regarding a refinance, tear it up, throw it away, burn it. I don't care. Get rid of it. It's bullshit. They're impersonating the government. We're all too good for these shenanigans. Throw it in the trash. You can report them too. I'm okay with that. Report them to the FTC. Okay, what else? They're giving you a credit card. I swear this happens. If you guys get the one where it's like, now's a great time to take advantage of lower VA rates and your VA benefit. Okay, honestly, right now as I film this, are rates really low on VA? No, they're not. The only way you're gonna get a super low rate on VA is you're gonna pay a fortune in points. So if they're saying, call us now to talk about your VA benefit, and they have a credit card, and we'll activate the credit. Guys, here's the thing. You are never going to see me say, if you call me, I'll give you a credit card, right? Think about it. If you have money to give someone to call you, it's because you're like, I'm going to give you this credit card and I'm going to rip you off, right? I rip off so many people that I can give out these credit cards like candy. That is what that letter means, okay? So if they're giving you a credit card, bye. And you're like, well, Jen, I'll just call them. It'll be fun. No, guys, no. The only way we're going to get these lenders to stop being so sleazy, I didn't cuss, so sleazy is you got to just start ignoring them and reporting them. You can't feed into their bullshit games. Oh, there it happened. Okay, so scam email we're going to avoid. If anyone's calling you, just why are they calling you? Like, look, let's be real here. If you're lenders, so like if I did your loan last year and I call you in a couple months and I'm like, hey, legit, it's real, it's happening. Okay, you know me, I know you, I have information about you that would tell me if it's a good time for you to refi. Hey, it's Bob. Have you thought about refinancing? It's a great time. Who the hell's Bob? Bob doesn't know anything. Bob's just fishing, right? Bob's fishing. And who is Bob? Do we even know if Bob's a lender? Who is this rando calling you offering a VA loan? Who is it? And why is their business worth so little that they have time to call random people and pitch stuff that they don't know anything about, right? That's not a good business model unless you're desperate. Okay, so we're not talking to anyone that calls us that we don't know. It's a big, it's actually something you learn as a child. Don't talk to strangers. Same thing with lenders. Don't talk to lenders that you do not seek out. Okay? So VA IRRRL is a VA interest rate reduction loan. The purpose of that loan is to lower the rate. Are there fees associated with it? We do not charge a lender fee. Might other lenders charge a fee? Yes. Might other lenders charge points? Yes. Might we charge points? Maybe. I don't know. Let's talk about the rates. We're going to talk about what the rate is with no points. We're going to talk about if buying down the rate makes sense for your long-term plan. We're going to have a conversation where you and I, or Jen and you, or Jen A, just so you don't think I'm talking in third person because that gets weird, or Sam and you have a conversation about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to actually look at your financial situation and goals and what makes sense. We're not just going to say XYZ low rate, and then you don't not even talk about the fact that you're getting charged a fortune for it, right? You got to watch out for that. It happens constantly. So with the VA interest rate reduction loan, as I covered earlier, you have to be able to recoup the cost of doing that loan within 3 years. It's harder for lenders to rip you off with a VA IRRRL. So if a lender's saying, well, we're not going to do the IRRRL, we're going to do the cash out, red flag. That's because, like, look, if you're saying you want cash out, great. But if they're saying, we're going to give you a couple $1,000s back, it could be because they're trying to flip you to a cash out refi so that they can rip you off, basically. It's that simple. There's zero reason, zero, I would ever do a cash out refinance on a buyer who is just looking to lower their rate. There is no ethical reason to do that. Okay? Wait, there's one. No, there's still not one. There's really not. I was thinking like, well, what if your debt to income was too high and I had to pay off credit card debt? With a VA IRRRL, we don't even look at debt to income. We don't look at your income. We just are running credit, verifying you're still employed or verifying you still get VA disability, whatever it is, and getting the rate lowered. That's what you do. You don't look at debt to income. You don't look at the appraisal value. You don't look at any of that. So yeah, there's zero reason I would ever have someone do a cash out if they were just looking to lower the rate. So if you're talking to a lender and they're saying, we're going to give you some cash, you need to be alarmed. Okay, because there's going to be something else. And what a lot of people don't realize is lenders, when they're talking about refinances, they often won't tell you how much they're charging you in discount points. They'll say, don't worry, it's all in the loan. And you're like, oh my God, it's free, it's all in the loan. Or my favorite, no out-of-pocket expenses, because they're rolling it in the loan. Look, even if they're rolling it in the loan, you don't want them rolling in $1 billion because they're ripping you off. That is not good for you. So you really want to be very aware. And when you're approaching a VA refi, you want to do it with intent. Okay, I do VA refinances. Call me, call my team. We're going to tell you when it makes sense. We're going to tell you when it's not. There's at least 10 people watching this who I've told them they should not refinance. Guaranteed, guaranteed, right? They're going to be like, Jen told me not to refi. She won't refi me. That's right. I'm not going to refi you if it doesn't make sense. We're not there. Rates are not low right now to where you should be refinancing. So the cash out refinance, how high can you go? With VA, you can go up to 100%. So if the house appraises at 500, you could literally do a cash out refi up to 500. Would I recommend that? No. I mean, in all honesty, I don't love cash out refis unless you have a plan for that cash. You know, if you have really high credit card debt and you're going to get out from it and you're never going to use a credit card again, fine, let's do a cash out refi. If you had a medical issue and you've got okay, great. If you just want to take out money just to have, unless the rate's way lower, I wouldn't do it. You know? And sometimes I'll have people where their rates are low and they're like, well, I want to do a VA cash out because I want some money, but the rate's going to go up. And I'm like, this is going to defeat the purpose of what you're doing. So you want to make sure you're having conversations with your lender about which one suits you best. Now, when you're buying a house with VA, can you roll the closing costs into the loan? Funding fee, yes. Other closing costs, no. With a refinance, can you? Yes. Okay. So look, with a VA IRRRL, we're not looking at appraised value or anything else. So yes, we can roll the closing costs into the loan. What that means is, let's say your loan's 100 and the closing costs are 2,000. Your new loan's going to be 102,000. Okay. With a cash out, if you're like, the house is worth 500, I want to take out 500, that 500 needs to include the closing costs. You can't do 500 plus closing costs. So you could do 500 plus funding fee, but not 500 plus closing costs. Overall, here's the bottom line. You guys are going to get the most spammy mail in the world. You're going to get randos calling you. You're going to hang up on them. If you are thinking you want to refinance, reach out to me. We'll have a conversation. We'll have a text chain. What is the rate you're at now? What are you trying to accomplish? And I'll give you my real honest opinion about, is this a good idea or is this a terrible idea? If you want someone who's just going to do what you say, call one of those companies with the military stuff in their name, they're happy to sell you whatever you want all day long without doing math. But if you want to work with a lender that's actually going to say, yeah, this makes sense, or no, it doesn't, or we should wait, or here's what you should consider, or have you thought about this, call me. Okay, I am licensed everywhere but Rhode Island and Utah. My phone number's in here. There's Calendly links if you want to get a specific time. Sandy and Alyssa can talk to you guys about this as well. We're here to make sure, even after you guys buy, that you're financially educated and empowered. And the last thing I want is some creepy lender stripping your equity. And that's what it is. It's when they take all the equity out of your house to pay their bullshit fees. So as always, thanks for watching, guys, and I look forward to talking to you soon.